History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. 80 years after the last German-Russian war ended, Chancellor Friedrich Merz just drew a line in the sand that Putin cannot ignore. In a bombshell press conference with Ukrainian President Zelensky, Germany didn't just promise support. They declared economic war, military escalation, and diplomatic confrontation. Here are 5 signs that Germany is now actively fighting Russia. First, Germany just gave Ukraine the green light to hit Russian territory with German-funded weapons. No restrictions, no limitations. This isn't defensive aid anymore. This is offensive capability.
And our defense minister will sign a declaration of intent today on the procurement of a wide range of weapons systems from Ukrainian production, so-called long-range fires. There will be no range restrictions. Ukraine can thus fully defend itself, even against military targets outside its own territory.
Translation: German money is now funding Ukrainian strikes on Russian soil. That's not aid, that's participation in warfare. Germany is leading the charge to cripple Russia's war machine through economic strangulation. The 17th sanctions package wasn't enough. They want more blood.
We will therefore continue to increase pressure on Russia. We are doing this to weaken Moscow's war machine, but we are also doing this to open the way for negotiations.
And here's the kicker: Germany is using Russia's own frozen money against them.
The frozen assets will be used to pay off interest. This alone amounts to a volume of about 50 billion euros to further support Ukraine.
50 billion euros of Russian money now funding the war against Russia. That's not sanctions, that's theft turned into warfare. Germany isn't just sending weapons anymore, they're building them. Joint production facilities, industrial cooperation. This is 1940s war economy tactics in 2025 clothing.
I am glad that today we have new agreements on joint projects. We will not discuss all the details in public, but today we have agreements on investment and production in Ukraine. First of all, weapons. This is the production of drones, which allows us to save the lives of our soldiers most effectively.
German factories producing Ukrainian weapons to kill Russian soldiers. The irony of history is that Germany is once again ramping up military production, but this time against Russia, not with them. Germany is now funding Ukraine's space-age military communications, Starlink satellites, paid for by German taxpayers, guiding Ukrainian missiles to Russian targets.
We are financing a considerable part of the Starlink coverage of the country.
This isn't charity, this is Germany paying for Ukraine's digital battlefield superiority. Every Ukrainian drone strike, every coordinated attack, every tactical communication, German money is making it possible. Fifth and most dangerous, Germany just gave Russia an ultimatum disguised as diplomacy. Negotiate now or face total economic and military escalation.
However, Moscow is playing on time, and the massive airstrikes, especially on the city of Kyiv on the weekend, do not speak the language of peace, but the language of an aggressive attack war.
But here's where it gets personal for Germany.
I say to the Federal Republic of Germany, we will do everything in this context so that Nord Stream 2 cannot be put into operation again.
Germany just killed its own energy lifeline to Russia forever. That's not diplomacy. That's declaring economic independence through economic warfare. Make no mistake, this isn't World War II redux with Nazis versus Soviets. This is something potentially more dangerous. Modern Germany, armed with EU economic power and NATO military backing, going head-to-head with nuclear-armed Russia. The question isn't whether Germany is now fighting Russia, it's whether Putin will recognize this as the declaration of war. It actually is.
In my opinion, if Ukraine is not present at the NATO summit, then it will be Putin's victory, but not over Ukraine, but over NATO.
The chess pieces are moving. The economic weapons are deployed. The military aid is flowing. And Germany, the country that once divided Europe, may have just chosen the side that determines whether Europe survives intact or fractures under the weight of a new continental war.